Most HDMI extenders claim true 4K 60 HDR and then choke past 50 feet or add latency that kills KVM. I analyzed 20 HDMI extenders, cross-referencing specs with real user feedback over Cat6 and wireless. The detail that separates the good ones from the bad? How they actually handle HDCP and chroma at distance. Let's get into it.
Starting off at number 5, we've got a wireless HDMI transmitter and receiver kit, and I want to be upfront about why it lands here. This isn't HDBaseT, it isn't fiber, it's a plug-and-play wireless pair aimed at people who just want a signal from point A to point B without pulling cable through a wall. For that buyer, it actually makes sense. Pre-paired out of the box, dual band 2.4 and 5 GHz, rated up to 165 feet line of sight, and it'll decode 4K down to a clean 1080p at 60 Hz on the output. So if you're throwing a TiVo or a Roku to a backyard TV, mirroring a laptop to a conference screen, or covering a presentation across a room, the spec sheet matches the job.
There's one opinion that stuck with me. Someone using it as a remote TV in the garden, pairing it through an HDMI splitter to feed 2 displays in 2 different rooms. That kind of setup with 0 configuration is exactly where this thing earns its slot. Now, the honest tension. A recurring note in opinions is that latency is fine for video and presentations, but noticeable for mouse work and gaming. The mouse can stutter, and there's no real standby behavior, so your display stays awake when your PC sleeps. For KVM or competitive gaming, you'd feel it. For movies, sports, signage, classroom use, you won't.
The brand is generic, so I wouldn't drop money here expecting long-term firmware support or a deep warranty path. Treat it as what it is, a cheap, fast way to kill a cable run.
If your priority is rock-solid 4K at 60 with HDR and HDCP 2.2 over a long Cat6 8-pole, the wired picks higher up the list fit you better. For casual mirroring and a second screen across the house, this one does the job without overthinking it. The link is in the description.
Moving on to number 4, we've got the E-Access 80-meter HDMI KVM extender, and this one fills a very specific slot. The wireless pick at 5 just can't touch. If you've ever wanted your PC in a closet, a server rack, or a back office, with your monitor, keyboard, and mouse sitting comfortably in another room, this is built exactly for that job. We're talking 1080p at 60 Hz over a single Cat6 run up to 260 feet, with USB 2.0 riding along the same cable. Plug and play, no drivers, 2-way PoE so you only need 1 power brick for a clean KVM install? That's the kind of practical engineering I respect. There's an opinion I came across where someone ran roughly 250 feet of Ethernet between their PC and remote station and reported it just worked. When the spec sheet says 80 meters and real installs confirm it at that range, the number stops being marketing and starts being a tool you can plan around. A recurring note in opinion is that the USB side handles standard wired keyboards and mice without drama, but some all-in-one mini keyboards with built-in trackpads don't play nice. Easy workaround, run a separate keyboard and mouse. Worth knowing before you order. My take on the honest tension, this is a 1080p device. The spec sheet is upfront about it, but I'll say it plainly so nobody buys it expecting 4K at 60 with HDR. There's also an isolated report of EDID or HDCP weirdness on certain displays, which lines up with what installers see across cheap and mid-range extenders alike. Not a fatal pattern here. Brand-wise, E-Access has been in this category long enough that support requests actually get answered, and that matters when you're dropping one of these behind drywall. For NVR control, remote workstations, digital signage, or a quiet home office with the tower hidden away, this earns its spot. If 4K at 60 is non-negotiable, the wired picks higher up the list fit you better. The link is in the description. Number 3 on the list is another wireless pair, but this one plays a different game than the kit at 5. We're talking the 250-meter wireless HDMI extender kit. Dual antenna, 2.4 and 5.8 GHz, 1080p at 60 Hz, with a loop out on the transmitter and IR pass-through both ways. The headline number is the range. 820 feet line of sight is the marketing claim. And I'll say it plainly, in open field with nothing in the way, sure. The moment you put drywall, brick, or a floor between transmitter and receiver, that figure shrinks fast. The manufacturer actually admits it in the spec sheet, which I respect more than vendors who don't.
So who is this really for? Long throw line of sight jobs. Think a parking lot camera feed into a motorhome, a backyard projector, a warehouse display, a church sanctuary throwing one source to multiple screens. The 1 transmitter to 4 receivers option is the part that genuinely interests me, because point to multipoint without pulling cable is hard to do cheaply. I came across an opinion describing a setup feeding a sanctuary TV with the loop out also driving a live stream encoder. No dropouts at around 40 feet. That's the sweet spot for this kit, and it lines up with what the hardware can actually deliver. 60 milliseconds of latency, though, is the number gamers and KVM users need to hear. For sports, video, signage, security feeds, you won't notice. For competitive play or mouse work, you absolutely will. A recurring note in opinions points to the IR blaster being finicky to position, with vague instructions. Workable once you find the angle, but plan on some trial and error. There's also an isolated report of a transmitter failing near the end of the one-year warranty, and the brand replaced it within days. That's the kind of after-sale response I want to see from a generic brand purchase. For a long-distance 1080p wireless link with multi-display flexibility, this earns its slot. If your run is short and you need 4K at 60, the wired options ahead of it serve you better. The link is in the description. Number 2 on the list, and this is where we step from clever consumer kits into real Pro AV territory, the AXS 4K HDBaseT extender. For me, this is the one I'd actually spec into a rack. We're talking 4K at 60 Hz at 420 up to about 130 feet over Cat 6a or Cat 7, 1080p 60 out to 230 feet, HDCP 2.2 on board, and bidirectional PoE, so you wire power on whichever end is easier to reach. That last bit sounds small until you're standing on a ladder cursing at a TV mount. Watch this one. There's a paraphrased account from someone with decades of commercial AV background, Crestron and AMX installer history, who ran this off a field-terminated, non-certified Cat5e cable around 40 feet, with an AVR switching 5 sources upstream. Flawless picture, zero jitter, and arc back to the display actually worked. When a former pro installer says a budget HDBaseT box behaves on messy cabling, that lands harder than any spec sheet. The RS-232 pass-through is the giveaway on who this is built for. Integrators, smart home guys, conference rooms, anyone driving a projector or display from a control system. Bidirectional IR is in there too, so the remote works from either end of the run. The trade-off to know up front, the 4K ceiling is 420, not 444, and it's HDMI 1.4 class. For movies, streaming, signage, cable, and dish boxes, you won't see it. If you're feeding a 4K 60 gaming PC with full chroma and HDR, you'll want a higher class HDBaseT unit. A useful aggregate note from opinions, the AXS support handles RMA and replacement units without dragging it out, which matters when one of these lives behind drywall. For a clean home theater install, a conference room, or a digital signage drop where RS-232 control matters, this earns its slot. The link is in the description. Before we reveal our number 1, be sure to check out the description below for the freshest deals on each of these items. Taking the top spot, the OREI 4K HDMI Ethernet extender. For me, this is the one I'd build a serious install around, and I'll tell you exactly why. HDBaseT, 400 feet over Cat 6 or Cat 7, full 4K at 60 Hz with 444 chroma, HDR10+, Dolby Vision, 18 gigabits of bandwidth, HDCP 2.2, CEC, and power over cable. That last one means a single brick on either end. On a long pull behind walls, that's the kind of thing that saves you an afternoon. The piece I keep coming back to is the loop out on the transmitter. You drive a local display at the source and the remote one over Cat at the same time. No splitter, no extra box. Add bidirectional IR and an RS-232 port, and you're looking at real integrator-grade plumbing, not a consumer dongle pretending. I came across an opinion from a church install pulling roughly 200 feet of Cat 7 between an organ loft camera and a sanctuary projector, with effectively no perceived lag during a live recital. When a live event survives this kind of run without a glitch, the HDBaseT claim stops being a brochure number. There's also a paraphrased account of someone retiring a 5-year-old Balun from another brand and getting a visibly cleaner picture out of this one on the same cabling, with fewer power connections to manage. Picture quality plus install simplicity in the same swap. The honest tension? An isolated report points to trouble pushing past 300 feet on a specific Cat 6 run, with the link refusing to negotiate. The pattern across opinions is solid up to the rated distance, so I treat that as a cable or unit edge case, not a design flaw. The other thing worth knowing is the chipset locks you to OREI's matching pair, no mixing with other HDBaseT brands. Plan the pair as a set. For a home theater, a conference room, a sanctuary, or a signage drop where you need true 4K 60 with HDR and control signals on one cable, this earns the top spot cleanly. The link is in the description. You can now tell what holds up from what falls short. If you just need a cheap wireless link across a room, number 5. For a long throw line-of-sight job with multi-display flexibility, number 3. If you're speccing a clean rack install with RS-232 control, number 2. And if you need true 4K 60 with HDR over a serious cat run, number 1.
Updated links in the description. Prices keep moving.